Hello, algebra students. Today we're going to do lesson 411, which is the last lesson for our Unit 4 test. Today we're going to be discussing linear word problems. These are very favored by the end of course exam for this course, so it's really important that you understand what's going on because you will see a lot of these problems on the EOC. Okay, so I wanted to start today looking at word problems for different forms. So it's really important that when you read these, you glean the important stuff. You're not always going to have this little cheat sheet that I made you, but I thought that this would be a good way to show you how to look at it. So let's read number 1 to start. An airplane 30,000 feet above the ground begins descending at a rate of 2,000 feet per minute. Assume the plane continues at a constant rate of descent. The plane's height and minutes above the ground are related to each other. So usually in a problem, your x variable is going to be time. So we'll call it time. And our y variable here is going to be altitude, or the height of the plane. Okay? What information is in this problem? Okay? Did they give us a y-intercept? Did they give us a starting point? Well, the plane was at 30,000 feet before this problem started. And slope, when you look for slope, look for a rate. Oh, there's the word rate, 2,000 feet per minute. And it's negative because they are descending. Okay? Write an equation to model this situation. So I know that y equals mx plus b. Okay? So this is what's changing. This is where I start. So use your equation to find the altitude of the plane after 5 minutes. So they gave me 5 minutes, which is time. So I'm going to replace this x just like I did in the previous problems that we've done before and solve it. So y equals negative 2,000 times 5 plus 30,000. Okay, great. So this is negative 10,000 plus 30,000, which gives us 20,000 feet. So after 5 minutes, our airplane has now gone from 30,000 feet to 20,000 feet. Okay? And that's it. That's all there is to it. All right? Let's look at a situation where it's a smart idea to use point slope. Remember, you can always use any form that you want to start a problem. Just make sure that you read and understand what is going on. So, always start by identifying our two variables. So let's read it and see what we got. It says Marty is spending money at the average rate of $3 per day. After 14 days, he has $68 left. The amount left depends on the number of days that have passed. So here's depending on something. So days is our x variable, and the amount left is our y. Okay, well I do know slope because I see the rate word, or word that means very similar to rate. Okay, and here we go. So I have 1 point. So after 14 days, we have $68 left. So now I need to write an equation. Okay, so point slope, number 1 it says it there, and also I know how to use point slope because I have slope and a point. So y minus 68 equals 3 times x minus 14. Okay, great. So now it says use this equation to find out the amount of money that he began with. So what I want to do is have day equal 0. Okay? So I'm going to say y minus 68 equals 3 times 0 minus 14. Well, now that I have a number in here, I can simplify that. So y minus 68 equals 3 times negative 14. Alright, I'm going to grab my calculator real quick. So I have 3 times 14, so that'll be negative 42. Y equals, or minus 68 equals negative 42. Okay? So now I'm going to add 68. Alright, 42 minus 68. So I know that I'm positive 26. So y equals 20. Uh-oh. You know what I did? This should have been a negative. So that would have been positive 42. Since I'm spending $3 a day, my slope should be negative. Okay? So it didn't change much of my problem. Just right there. Negative 3, that's still minus. That's still minus. Negative 3. Negative 3, so that would have been a positive. So we have y equals 110. So he should have started with 110. If you have questions on that one, I'll clear that one up tomorrow. I messed up when I started that one. But y'all see my mistake. I should have had negative 3 here all along because my slope should have been negative 3 because we're spending money. I'm deducting it from my balance. Okay? Let's see if there's anything else. The rest of this is the same thing. We're going to work with this in class for a day or two, and then we have our test on Friday. See you then.